Tottenham.
So let's talk about some of the odd
Okay.
things since you started following football. Some of the odd things, stories you've heard. Let me give you a very good example. In Marseille went away to play a game. Their player scored an own goal. They lost 3-0. And they went to the dressing room. In Nigeria
That's
language.
Lyon. That's Olympic Lyon.
Olympic Lyon, so
Yeah.
Marcelo
Yeah.
playing for Olympic Lyon.
Yeah.
They went to play an away game. The player scored. Marcelo scored an own goal. They lost 3-0. In the dressing room, he farted. He farted. And he got up. I was laughing like you. He's laughing like you. And
when he lost his job, I didn't lose mine.
Okay. You are the boss of your own. I thought I was I'm the boss of me. You are not the boss of me. And immediately he was terminated. Now, where I'm bringing this is if that happened in Nigeria League, everybody will be shouting, "Oh, Nigeria League, they don't understand, they don't obey contract, blah blah blah. How can somebody fart and be terminated? Blah blah blah." I know you can still go to court for wrongful dismissal, but that happened. Now I don't want to discuss that. What are the odd things that you've seen in football that you're like, oh, is this even allowed? Like Gabriel Martinelli getting 2 yellow cards in 5 seconds and getting a red card and everything.
But this is a very crazy question because I have memories of a lot of things that have really made me laugh. Has caught my attention. Arsenal versus Napoli in the Europa League. Arsenal were away at the Sao Paulo Stadium, now Diego Maradona Stadium in Naples. Monreal, after a long burst, signal to the linesman that he needed to take his shit. So while the game was going on, I think it was like the 61st minute or I can't really remember, I'm not so sure. The linesman excused him, and while the game was going on, he went into the dressing room. I was asking someone, like, is this right? Is this allowed?
Yeah.
So, like, Morel was allowed into the dressing room, used the toilet, came back and joined the team. And I was speechless. It happened again. Chelsea versus Tottenham in the Carabao Cup.
And Mourinho went to
Eric Dyer. Mourinho followed him inside and like, what the hell are you doing? Come outside. Which one we say you want shit? Where much? So yeah, like a lot, but these are the two that quickly just came into my head. Like this, just remembering Marcelo's because that came up this morning. Like I saw it like in the morning papers, and then the Eric Dyer situation, the Nacho Moria situation, Harry Maguire injuring his own player, Paul Pogba. That guy is catastrophe. So
Mustafi marking a referee.
Yes, Mustafi was marking a referee. What is that? What is happening? Even talking about 2006 Zidane and Materazzi. That was madness. I don't know how anybody wants to see that, but I think people didn't really know. People didn't really decide to talk about how crazy that was because it was Zidane.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, I think so. Zidane cost France the World Cup.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
But Zidane also took them to the finals.
But he cost them the World Cup. That's unforgivable. That's unforgivable.
You can always forgive Zidane.
Yes. I think that's where the problem. Hello.
You can always forgive Zidane.
I think that's where the problem came from. And then the cat that was running around Messi, the cat that was running around Goodison Park that players were trying to catch. This cat just made me remember
some things.
Yeah, so some very funny things. So football is a beautiful game. It's a very beautiful game. I have so many memories that I'm trying to unlock now with this question. Leicester versus Watford, Championship playoff.
Yeah.
Watford trying to get into the Premier League.
That penalty,
Almunia saved the penalty. Watford scored from the counter of that same penalty missed from Anthony Knockout.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was I don't know. You don't write these things, and I keep asking people, did they plan this?
Crystal Palace survivor story. When they were 13 minutes from going into administration.
Yes.
Somebody just wrote something online.
Wow.
Went viral. The bank handed it over to the 4 owners.
Wow.
And see Crystal Palace today.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, out of that story, the documentary where Eagles' death there was made. And for me, that's like one of the most amazing story. Another thing that happened that's amazing in football was the Messi original contract. The first contract that was signed on the paper napkin.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, because normally they'll tell you if you want to sign a contract, you need your lawyer, you need this one, you need that one. But somebody just calculated that it is now or never.
Someone else might come.
It is now or never. If we miss this time,
someone else might come.
We miss the train. I'm talking about someone that's coming. I'm an Arsenal fan, and nobody have had to deal with hearing stories that we almost signed Zlatan.
Yes.
We almost signed Ronaldo. We did number 7 jersey. Even Messi, yes. We almost signed him. Like what audacious
almost FC.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What happened?
We bidded 50 plus 1
for Luis Suarez.
The whole Luis Suarez.
What was the problem? What's like? Okay, you have addressed that already.
They're like construction.
The pick call.
It wasn't running the business. It was doing the coaching, but it wasn't running the business. And one of the biggest lies that I have ever heard in football, that I can't even live with it. Every time I hear people say that thing, and I see football people, top rank people saying it with confidence, it blows my mind. Arsene Wenger built a stadium for Arsenal. See, nothing has blown my mind. Arsene Wenger built a stadium for Arsenal. Diego Simeone took over an Atletico Madrid that does not have 50% of Arsenal's budget.
Yes.
It took them from zero, won them title, took them to, nobody said he built a stadium for them. Allegri was at Juventus when they moved from Turin, the Turin stadium, to this current arena. Yeah. He went a season unbeaten. Nobody said he built a stadium for them. Is it Benfica or FC Porto that went an entire season unbeaten with AVB?
It was Porto. It was FC Porto.
They didn't say he did one thing.
They didn't say he built a stadium.
But Arsene Wenger just seemed to have these media boys, everybody that makes
as crazy as it sounds. I think it's because his name is Arsene.
I don't even want to agree. Because what that does, and the funny thing, that time they started putting the story, Arsene Wenger is making money for the club. And I asked a question one day. Arsene Wenger never sold a player for 50 million? Never. His biggest sale? Fabregas 35. Anelka 32. He never sold a player for 50 million. And you say he's making money for the club. That a bank guarantee, a loan was taken. The loan, they sacked him and the loan was still not paid completely. They said the loan was guaranteed on Arsene Wenger. I was like, okay, so business executive in a bank sat down and say you should guarantee a loan on the coach that can die. What kind of business plan is that? But the way people, the media, especially when people say, Arsene Wenger is the one making money, like, what is freaking you? Are you guys really serious?
Arsenal still running minority ownership, right?
Yeah. Very small. But it's crazy. Those are some of the craziest things that I've heard in football. And I think the one Tottenham Hotspur, I think it was Henderson, the person who played that ball from 45 yards.
David Bentley,
right? Yeah. Against Man United, that the goalkeeper, I can't remember, it wasn't...
Okay, Roy Carroll caught the ball and brought it back out. It wasn't David Bentley, I think it was Tom Huddlestone.
Tom Huddlestone, yeah. David Bentley was against Arsenal.
David Bentley was the one that scored against Arsenal. Yeah, that was Tom Huddlestone, yeah.
Now, that goal, how it was explained away and everybody pretended like it did not happen. That's the point where I sat down and I said, match fixing at Manchester United is
bread and butter. Is the bread and butter.
So the English league, league is a business, and the business owners have taken a decision. This is my opinion, my position. I've taken a decision that look, anybody who's spending big money would stay in the league, because that also provides an avenue for the Queen, Her Majesty's taxman, to collect a lot of taxes.
Okay.
Let me give you a good example. When we came back from COVID break, and we're playing without fans in the stadium, Sheffield United were in pole position to make 4th or 3rd position. Then the game against Manchester United, it was so rigged to favor Manchester United, so that Manchester United got to the top 4th position, and then they ran out to end the season in 2nd. But that's not even the place where my argument is on. Aston Villa were destined to go down, but Aston Villa had spent over 180 to 200 million. They have a new owner.
220 million.
Good, 220 million. They have a new owner. And the way the Premiership is, if you go on relegation, your salary will be cut and goes down. They wanted them to be there. Watford was relegated that season. And it felt like, oh, Watford, don't worry, go down, we would help you get back again. And Watford came back and then they've gone down again. This one is different. But that season, you could see the handwriting on the wall. Arsenal helped to relegate Watford anyway,
Yes.
but you could see the handwriting on the wall that this is match fixing. But hey,
How can you explain it?
nobody's going to be able to explain it. So that's where we find ourselves. All things have happened in football anyway. And people talk about the hand of God or Maradona. As easy it is to explain, let me tell you one thing that happened in football that I still can't wrap my head around. A German goalkeeper in the 1982 World Cup, I've forgotten his name, Schmeichel or something, I don't know, German goalkeeper, came out, hit a French player, that time that had Platini, John Tigana, and the rest of them.
Yeah.
Hit a French player who needed multiple stitches, was taken to the hospital in coma. He never got a yellow card. He never got a single yellow card. I still cannot figure out that for the lives of me till this very day. And it's crazy, but all things have happened in football that you really can't
Do you know the
place.
story of the French black player? Yeah.
John Tigana?
No, Jean-Pierre Adams.
Okay.
He was in coma for
Oh, and then
best
he
part
came
of-
back.
yeah,
He
best
came
part
back
of
to
40
life
years.
and then he died.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jean-Pierre Adams, a European soccer star who had been in a coma for nearly 4 decades after a botched medical procedure, has died. PSG, one of Adams' former clubs, announced his death on Monday. He was 73. Now, this was the headline. He died because he was sedated. He was over sedated by the doctors, and he went into coma.
But nobody sued.
Nobody was sued, probably because he's black.
When I saw the story, the first thing that crossed my mind is, why is nobody suing? Because this is a medical mistake. Somebody should pay for it, but all things again that happen in football. It's strange. Well, we're done eating. We can sit back now and relax. We'll have fun anyway.
Yeah.
Dubai is treating both of us well. I still love Nigeria. We will have to go back to Nigeria. But for now,
please,
let's enjoy the time that we have here.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.